I look alright until I see the live feed. And I'm like, no, I don't. I was just kidding. Share it. No. I heard that. No?
Did you know?
I did. Sure. Oh shit. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello. I am working on sharing this post. So if you're here and have a second, hit that share button for us.
Pop a tip for Santa Claus.
Also that. Definitely that. There's a group.
I did just today.
You popped a tip for Santa Claus today?
What up, Joseph? Steve-O, our brother. Christy, hello. My brother from another mother, Mikey motherfucking Skills.
Hey. What's up, y'all?
Steve-O's shirt is off. We are
off
we
have
to
no
a good
shirts
time.
On? No shirts on?
Good start.
Off to a good start.
Josh, I can't call it a classic movie because I just seen it last night for the first time, sadly. But it is up in my top 10 of all great horror movies. It was pretty fucking good.
I thought it was good. I wasn't disappointed, but I didn't know you thought it was that good. That's pretty good.
I thought the toys in the toy store made it.
The toys, I will say, yeah.
Seeing all the old vintage G.I. Joes and
definitely for sure.
Star Wars, that shit was tight.
Tight, son.
It was busting on God, God. Respectfully.
Stop. So, anyways, hi guys. Welcome to the Casual Scream. I'm your host, Lady Rome. This is
me.
That guy.
Shape.
Tonight we're gonna, like we said, we're gonna discuss the Christmas horror movie Silent Night, Deadly Night. Before we get started, we do want to thank you guys all for once again being here with us week after week, supporting us, sharing our posts and our live feeds. So thank you for everything that you do, all the support, love. We see it, we feel it, we appreciate you. On that note, again, if you're here, hit that share button for us. That way we can spread the love. And then,
Christy, I remember when this movie came out when I was a wee lad in the mid 80s, and I just never really fucked with like seasonal horror movies. I just recently here a couple years ago watched Krampus, and I was like, okay, that was pretty decent. It was funny.
You know how I feel about the Krampus.
And we wanted to do a Christmas themed horror movie. And
both of our reviews this month are both going to be Christmas themed. But
you know, because it's December and that's like when Jesus' birthday happens. Oh, wait, that's Easter.
Oh, God. So, yeah. There's that. And then real quick, before we dive into this, we want to do a Christmas giveaway. We did one last year, so we're going to go ahead and do one this year. So the way this is going to work is for those of you who are consistently sharing our posts, sharing our flyers, sharing the live feed, I go back through and I check and see who all shares what. So if you guys want to enter to be considered for a drawing for free merchandise, we're going to do a merchandise giveaway for Christmas. All you have to do,
Scream merch.
Yes, yeah. All you have to do is just share our flyers, share the live feeds, share anything that either one of us post about the show. As long as you're sharing those posts, I'll keep an eye out, see who all sharing, and that'll automatically enter you guys in for a drawing, which I will do on Christmas. I'll do it live so you guys can see that. But yeah, so that's all you have to do to enter the giveaway is just, and I'll make a post about that too for any of you guys who missed this portion of the show. But yeah, so that's the news that I have is that we want to give you guys some shit. So share our shit.
Merchandise.
Yeah.
I want to give you my
Share our shit, and we'll give you our shit.
In a box.
In a box, Yeah. No, what's in the fucking box?
Shit in a box.
So yeah, there you have it, guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is you guys.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah,
Merry
whatever
Kwanzaa.
it is you celebrate. Happy that.
What's some other ones?
Don't know. I'm not educated.
Ming Chow Tong Pa.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, that's all I got for you. But at least I had news this week because normally I don't. So, cool. Share this post. If you want free merch, share my shit. Share our shit. Just not mine. You made it weird. So now I'm like thinking of it weird. Like, he's so weird. He makes you weird.
Picture poop in a little finally gift wrapped box. That's where my mind went.
Wow.
G.G. Allen, wonderful time of the year.
All right, guys.
G.G. Allen.
So, hope everyone's having a good week. Hope y'all got your Christmas shopping mostly under wraps. I didn't even mean it like that.
That was good, babe.
We are, like I said, we are doing Christmas in Florida. So that final week of the month, there will not be an episode because we are going to be on vacation. But like I said, we got 2 movie reviews and 1 true crime case this month. So
Chris Nolan, what up, bubba?
What else?
Rihanna.
Most of my Christmas shopping's done, so that's cool. I don't think anybody gives a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and hop right into this thing. Do the damn thing. Wreck It, Ralph. Okay, so like I said, we are going to discuss the 1984 American psychological slasher film Silent Night, Deadly Night.
It wasn't very psychological because we guessed every fucking thing that was about to happen.
I think the psychological aspect, it might be because it's psychologically based, like how he suffers from PTSD. Maybe, I don't fucking know. It wasn't really, yeah.
It was one of John Cena's greatest movies.
He kind of looked like John Cena. So, anyways, it was directed by Charles E. Sellier. Is it Sellier? Sellier?
Sellier?
Yeah, okay.
Sell your mama.
There's a kid whose name is Billy who suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, after witnessing his parents be murdered on Christmas Eve by a man disguised as Santa Claus who actually had recently robbed a convenience store, gas station, nearby. So, anywho, that's kind of the basis of this. It is a TriStar Pictures movie. Its release date. Now, it was released on 2 different days, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I think I read that somewhere, but I don't have it. So we're just going to go with November 9th right now because that's what's on these particular notes. 1984. It has 2 different versions. There's a rated version and an unrated cut. So the original was 79.
We must have watched the unrated one.
Oh yeah, because
there was a lot of tits.
That and the one we watched was an hour and 25 minutes long or something like that. And this is 80. The unrated cut is 85 minutes long. Anyways, the budget was very low budgeted film. It was $750,000 for the budget. The box office was $2.5 million. So it did all right turn around. I've said this before. They say in order to be considered a decent turnaround, they want to at least double. I guess they didn't really double it. Well, they doubled their budget, but they didn't double their profit. Anyways, this movie was very controversial because it featured a killer Santa Claus. It even got pulled from theaters weeks after its release. But in the first opening week, they still were able to gross that 2.5 million. So that's, I guess, dope. It did, since its release, it has developed, quite the cult classic following.
There's even a NECA action figure of Billy the Santa Claus.
There is.
And I'm going to get that motherfucker.
We will have him.
I will have him for our collection.
Since then, there have been several sequels, all the way up to 5. There's 5 of these movies. And then there was a kind of like a remake. It's loosely based remake, which came out in 2012. And then there is a full-blown reboot planned for 2022. That was announced in March, I believe, March of 2021. So there's that. So just to kind of break down the movie for you. I don't have my, never mind. Just to break down the movie. So in 1971, the movie starts out in 1971. You have like a 5-year-old, he's about 5 years old, but 5-year-old Billy, who is the main character, and his family. They're in a car, so you see him at first driving. It's his mother, father, him, and his little brother. They are driving to visit a nursing home in Utah where their catatonic grandfather stays, where the father's catatonic grandfather stays. They go in to see him. He's completely speechless, completely unresponsive. And shortly thereafter, the doctor, pokes his head out of the office and mentions to them that he's got his grandfather's medical reports. So at this point, the parents go into the room and leave Billy in this room. Yeah, like this. Okay, it's 1971, so this would never happen nowadays because he's in a psych ward. He's in a mental hospital. But anyways, they leave Billy in this room by himself, completely unattended, not watched at all, with the grandfather, while they go over the medical records. At which point, the grandfather suddenly is not catatonic. He's fully, what's the word that I'm...
batshit lively.
Yeah. Yeah, he's fully, he's there. And proceeds to tell Billy tells Billy the story to essentially get him scared of Santa Claus, and explain to him that, yeah, of course he takes gifts to all the good kids, but the naughty kids he definitely punishes. And asked Billy if he had been naughty that year, and Billy, of course, admitted yes a couple times because he seemed to be a good kid. But otherwise, he did admit to being naughty, which scared Billy because he's 5 years old, and his grandfather went out of his way to scare him. The second the parents walk back into the room, though, he goes right back into that catatonic state and acts like he never even said a word. So there's that. After that, so weird. You would never leave your kid. And I mean,
fuck them kids.
You would fuck them kids. Nowadays, I feel like, well, I don't know, honestly. I don't know what kind of like security level, like what if he was just like mild security level, who just basically needed cared for, but not, I don't know how that works. You know what I mean? Like, for all I know, he could just be
like it was a criminally insane institute.
Right. But anyways, so creepy. On the way back home, so they get back in the car. They're on their way back home now to get, to prepare for Christmas, because this is on Christmas Eve. So they're on the way back home, and on this trip home, it's late at night, it's dark. They come across well, shit. I guess we got to go to the convenience store. When did that happen? That happened did that happen before this or after this?
Before was the beginning.
Oh, fuck me. So the opening scene. How you gonna let me fuck that all up? You just sitting there just not saying a word.
You're in charge.
But listen. So the beginning, let's rewind real quick and skip this entire fucking paragraph. So the very beginning, this is what sets it all off. There's a Santa who goes into a convenience store and he's trying to purchase a few things. At which point he pulls a gun on the guy who is the clerk. The clerk goes to reach for his gun to hopefully take out the Santa at the time, but Santa fires off and kills the clerk dead on the spot for like, what is it, $32 or something like that? $31. So anywho, then you see him take off. Now fast forward, we go through all this. Now they're on their way home. They come across Santa who is broke down in the middle of the street. So they pull over for Santa, at which case Billy sees Santa and he's like, oh, fuck. He's freaked out because of the story that his grandfather just told him. So he's begging him not to stop. They stop anyway because who wouldn't stop for Santa, who's broke down on the side of the road? Huh?
Me?
You wouldn't?
Fuck yeah.
You'd be like, fuck Santa?
Yeah, because when I was 10, I wanted this
Green
machine Big Wheel.
Okay. So we're going to make this personal.
Hey, fuck Santa Claus.
Okay, so he has issues with Santa. Anywho.
Not more than I do the Easter Bunny or Kenny Loggins, but he's up there.
Anyways. So he stops the car. They stop the car. At this point, they realize, like, the Santa, the guy who's in the Santa suit, attempts to carjack the family. Or at least that's what I guess is happening. Because nothing really happens. He just pulls a gun on them. So I'm guessing that the car is broke down or out of gas and he needs to steal this other car. Because he doesn't, try to rob them.
Even though I just robbed a gas station that he could have filled up for free.
Well, then maybe the car broke down. Wasn't it a car? Did he steal that car?
I don't think so.
Or was it his?
It was red. It was kind of like a sled.
A slide?
The clerk was dead.
Slide? Yeah, fair. Okay, so anywho, damn it. Now I feel like... So, what happens next? He pulls the gun on the car, pulls the gun on them. They try to escape because they see the gun. And as they're backing up, he fires off into the car, hitting Billy's father and, killing him dead right then and there. And then the baby's screaming in the back. Billy's freaked out. He hops out of the car and gets down in some the brush area and hides and is watching everything take place. He sees his father fall out of the driver's side door dead. He sees Santa pull his mother out of the car, gets her down on the ground, attempts to rape her, ends up pulling a knife and slitting her throat, all while, like I said, Billy's watching all of this take place. And that's essentially the end of the scene. Then we fast forward to 3 years later. Now it's December. It's Christmas Eve in December 1974. We have an 8-year-old Billy and a 4-year-old Ricky who are celebrating Christmas in an orphanage. This orphanage is ran by a woman named Mother Superior. Total bitch.
As most orphanages are.
Ran by Mother Superiors?
Uh-huh.
They're all called Mother Superior?
I believe so. I think that's like the head penguin.
Well, she was a bitch. Are they all bitches? Sorry, anybody's religion. Anywho, it says she's a strict disciplinarian who does believe that punishment is a good thing. Physical punishment. There's another sister there. Her name's Sister Margaret. She does sympathize with the children. She tries to help Billy, keep him out of trouble, stuff like that. But Billy still finds himself being regularly punished. Like, she tried punishing Billy and sent him to his room. And Sister Margaret told him it was okay. He could come outside and play with the other children to try to cheer him up. And Sister Margaret ends up or not Sister Margaret, Mother Superior ends up catching, along with Billy, catches a couple of kids who were. How does this happen? Is that when she punishes him and tells him to stay in his room? No, that's when she tells him to put the coat on. She tells him he can come outside. So he catches these kids, the teenage kids in that home. It didn't even say who those kids are. Are they just kids that live in that home? Probably orphanage kids. Because it didn't say like they were a sister or anything like that. It wasn't a nun.
They're brothers and sisters.
No, not like that either. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, he catches these kids having sex, and then Mother Superior catches him catching them. She sends him, and he takes off running. He goes outside to play outside like Sister Margaret said he could. That's when Mother Superior comes outside, finds him outside, even though Sister Margaret says she allowed him to come outside. Mother Superior still punishes him for having come outside without her granting the permission. So basically, all around, very strict. She's a nun. This is the 70s. I don't know if it's still like this in Catholic schools, or nuns are Catholic, right? They're Catholic. I'm almost certain. I'm almost positive. But I don't know if like there's nuns in other religions or what. So, yeah. On Christmas Day, though, Mother Superior believes that she's going to try to help really break through this PTSD sort of thing that Billy has with Santa Claus. So they visit, every Christmas, Santa Claus visits the orphanage. And this year, Mother Superior is determined to force, not even try to get him to, but to force Billy to sit on Santa's lap and, tell him when. And given the circumstances, this kid is suffering from legitimate PTSD, which is a real thing. And it's not really fair that they do this to this kid. But, again, strict disciplinarian. So she believes that she's going to force the PTSD out of him by making him face his fears. So she forces him on Santa's lap, at which point Billy does punch Santa in the face before fleeing to his room in horror. So
smoked him.
Yeah, he did. He did. All the way out the chair and everything.
Busted that nose open.
So, yeah, that's not really a way to handle PTSD, especially in children. But it's so sad. Like, that's a real thing. Shit like that, treatment like that happens in orphanages. So, 10 years later, we fast forward kind of 10 years later, which this makes zero sense to me. Because I'm just going to say it now before I forget. Spoiler alert. I guess it says it there. Well, I won't spoiler alert it. We'll wait until the very end. But it just doesn't make sense to me. 10 years later, in the spring of 1984, when Billy turns 18, he leaves the orphanage for a normal life and is trying to obtain a job. Sister Margaret, the one in the beginning, the nice sister, tries to help him get this job. She puts in a good word for him, and he lands the job. While he's working at the store, he starts to develop a crush on one of his coworkers. Her name is Pamela. He is viewed as a good worker. He works hard, stuff like that. He ends up having these sexual thoughts of Pamela in one of the scenes, and then they're often interrupted by morbid visions of his parents being murdered, which is kind of fucked.
That's what gets me to the finish line.
Oh my god. On Christmas Eve, there's a Christmas party. Or not a Christmas party. The store employee who plays the store Santa is injured, so Billy's boss ends up asking him if he would take his place and play Santa Claus, which that's really fucking traumatizing given the circumstances, But anyways, he agrees to it for whatever reason. I would have definitely said no, given the circumstances, but he didn't. So he agrees to play Santa. He puts the suit on and gets through it. Gets through the day, plays Santa, does what he's got to do. After the store closes, the entire staff decides to have a Christmas party. Billy, still in the Santa suit, does try to have a good time, but keeps having memories of his parents being murdered. He's depressed. He's getting bummed out. He's like drinking with these people and getting bummed. So he's really not having the greatest of times. Next thing he knows, he sees his coworker Andy, who's a total dick to him and just in general, by the way. But sees his coworker Andy making out with Pamela, which is the girl that he has developed the crush on. Starts to see them take off into the back room. So this just really starts to, etch away at definitely that, but any amount of happiness that he had for the rest of the evening, it was just fading quickly. They walk into the back room. Billy walks in after he sees all of this. When he walks in, though, he sees, and as he's walking in, we're walking past, you can see the fire hose. Is it fire hose? No, it wasn't.
Just a random axe on the wall.
Well, there was a wall and that, and then there was something underneath it. I wanted to say it was a folded up fire hose, which is weird. Why that would fucking be there.
Who knows? It was the 80s.
It was. It was 84. So, but you do see the axe. The axe is a big part of this movie. He walks right past the axe, goes into the storage room, and he finds Andy attempting to rape Pamela. Like, not even that they're having a good time at this point. Like, he's straight up trying to take advantage of her and full-blown rape her. So, this upsets Billy. And this triggers his insanity because he's seeing very similar what happened to his mother, minus the slit, minus the killing. So he snaps. He grabs Andy, wraps a string of Christmas lights around his neck, and chokes him, uttering that punishment is good. Or no, this isn't to him. Well, Billy, punishment is good. And the bloody neck. So this didn't make any sense to me unless one of the light bulbs broke, which is something he mentioned. He strings him up by the neck and chokes him to death with that, and the guy's neck is like bleeding, horribly bleeding, like when he gets to the ground, which kind of cracked me up because that wouldn't happen. Genuinely, unless he was like
just like a piano wire.
Yeah, or it was so tight that it was literally gonna chop his head off with it. But I think the wire would have broke before that happened.
Oh, Billy had that super strength, man.
I guess. But yeah, left him with a bloody neck. That just cracked me up. After that, Pamela starts freaking out on him and basically is like, what the fuck, dude? He takes this as she's insulting him. She isn't grateful for the fact that he just stopped her from being raped, stuff like that. So she gets punished. And he stabs her with a box cutter, cutting her all the way up her stomach up to her chest. After that, he finds Mr. Sims. Well, Mr. Sims comes looking for, everybody because it's been a while since he's seen the rest of the group. So he goes back there to find them. And this is when Mr. Sims is kind of looking around. And he ends up catching, what's the tool? The hammer. The end of the hammer to the head. That's what kills him. Billy kills him. Sister Margaret is trying to get through, and isn't she calling? But she can't get anyone to answer or something like that. Well, how'd that happen?
I don't remember. I don't remember calling the store.
Well, she ends up coming to the store. So anyway, she comes to the store, and this is when she discovers the carnage that's inside the building. So she returns to the orphanage to seek help. Billy breaks. Billy also ends. This is also where Billy kills the other lady. I don't know what her name is. The other lady, the other employee lady. After this, though, he breaks into a nearby house. He leaves the store. We're now left the store. He breaks into a nearby house where a young couple, Denise and Tommy, are getting hot and heavy on a pool table, which looks incredibly uncomfortable. There's a little girl who comes downstairs to see Santa Claus, and they talk her into going back upstairs and going to bed. But anywho, he breaks into this house. Denise thinks that first she hears cat bells and the cat wants back in. So she goes upstairs in shorts and completely topless in the middle of winter. And opens the door looking for the cat, lets the cat in. Next thing you know, here's Billy, kills her with the axe right then and there. Or no, he didn't kill her with the axe. He gets her. She's the deer. Yeah. He throws the axe at her, and that's go. He took the door. Did he take a door out with that fucking thing? Yeah, she slammed the door in his face, and the door was like, what did you call it? Popsicles?
Popsicle sticks. Pretty flimsy.
Yeah, it was rough. He threw the axe at her. The axe got, launched into the door. But yeah, so he ends up getting her. She's the one that gets impaled though on the deer, which is pretty dope. He literally lifts her up and impales her on a deer. What else? Then he ends up upstairs with Billy. Fucking yeets Billy, or not Billy. What's the kid's fucking name? Tommy. Yeets fucking Tommy out the damn window. And he's walking through the upstairs, and this is when this little girl that's at that house as well, she wakes up and sees Santa. And he asks her if she's been naughty or nice, or if she's been good or bad, good or naughty or whatever. She says that she'd been good. So he gives her the box cutter that's covered in blood, which I was really hoping that was going to be the sequel, but I don't think it is. Yeah. So there's all that. Next, we fast forward to the kids who have their sleds. Mm-hmm. It's like the middle of the night. They find this killer ass hill that they want to go sledding down. So they're out in the woods. They're getting ready to hit this hill. One of the kids sits down on it and hears the bells jingling out in the woods, and he says that they're not alone out there. He feels like somebody's watching them. Next thing you know, these two older boys pop out of the trees and bully them out of their sleds, shit like that. And they take the sleds from the kids and scare the kids off back home. Next thing you know, these two older boys are getting ready to go down this hill on the sled, and this is when he pops out. The first guy goes down, and Billy pops out of the trees and the first kid does go down. First kid goes down, makes it down at the bottom. Second kid comes down. As the first kid's down their weight, and the second kid is the one that Billy pops out on and decapitates him with the axe. So the body makes its way down the hill first. Second comes the head. So that's how that ended that night. The next morning, the orphanage is secure with Officer Barnes and Captain Richards, aided by Sister Margaret, who knows that Billy has committed the murders. The deaf pastor, Father O'Brien, is dressed up like Santa and ends up going to the orphanage because, like I said, every year the orphanage is visited by Santa. And by the way, at this point now, Ricky is 14 years old. And still there. Remember, you were like, what happened to the brother? We didn't see the brother. So we're getting ready to get to that. But yeah, so Father O'Brien, who is a deaf pastor, is coming up, and they have the Captain Richards who is being aided by Sister Margaret, has put a call out looking for the Santa and to shoot on sight, shoot and kill on sight. Which, why the fuck would you do that? But he did. So this Officer Barnes, who's on site at the orphanage, has the call to, shoot on fucking sight, dude. So Father O'Brien, dressed as Santa, deaf pastor, walking up to the building, gets shot on sight, shot dead and killed, and turns out it was their pastor. So it's kind of fucked up. Barnes then continues to patrol the area. He finds a downstairs, like a stairway area, like a shed, like stairway area down into like a basement detached from the building. And he's thinking maybe Billy's down in there. So he goes down in to search the area, finds nothing down there, comes back up the steps to continue to patrol the property. And this is when he's met by Billy with the axe. Billy gets him in the chest with the axe, sends him down the stairs. So there goes the officer who's patrolling the area, keeping the orphanage safe, because that's where Billy's headed. Just so if anybody's wondering, he's on a killing spree and he's headed to the orphanage to kill Mother Superior. So now that he's there, he ends up getting inside the building because a kid lets him right on in. Billy confronts Mother Superior, who's now in a wheelchair. She taunts Billy due to her disbelief in Santa Claus. And just as he prepares to kill her, he gets the axe up. Just as he's getting ready to lay her open with the axe, Captain Richards, shoots him in the back. Billy drops to the floor and then utters to the children, "You're safe now. Santa Claus is gone," before dying. And then at the very end, now this is what I saw. How you said we didn't see that little boy at the very end that said he looked at Mother Superior and uttered the words naughty, and that was the end. That was his little brother, who was supposed to be 14. That kid looked like he was fucking 7. I genuinely didn't. I thought that was just a random fucking kid.
Yeah, it was the 80s, so. Yeah.
But I genuinely thought that was. I would have never guessed that was a 14-year-old teenage boy who just watched them kill his brother. You know what I mean? So that was the twist at the end. That was the twist at the end, I guess. This is also the end of the movie. So that was the twist at the end, and. I didn't.
What a twist!
I didn't expect it. I genuinely thought it was going to be that girl that he gave the box knife to. Remember how we were talking about that? I thought it was going to be the girl who was going to, and I'm going to assume, I haven't looked into the second one, but I'm going to assume that the second one is going to be Ricky, the 14-year-old brother, and that one, and not the little girl. But it would have been a lot cooler if it was the little girl. Because I guess, or if Ricky in the end would have looked 14, because he didn't. He looked like a baby. He looked like a child. He looked like he said. That's why you didn't even realize that was him at all. I didn't even realize it was him because he didn't look like a 14-year-old boy. So we didn't even think. We were like, what happened to the brother? We didn't even see him again, But it was the 80s, so who knows? But yeah, so there you have it. That's that. I got some fun little facts for you, though. Yeah, I thought it was good.
It was a decent 80s horror slasher.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. There was some stuff that was just like that needed a little more explaining or didn't have enough explaining. It was very, very low budget, so the lighting. It would go from decent quality to horrible quality, and then decent quality to horrible quality. Never good quality because it's the 80s, but it was pretty rough. I think the premise though is pretty dope. Like the at one point I was like, but this kid's got to know right from wrong. He's got to know that. Like I kept saying, clearly he this happened when he was a kid. Obviously, he believed in Santa then. Now he's an adult. He ought to know the difference, right? He ought to know Santa's not real. He's 18. But then again, PTSD is a real fucking thing, and I'm like not even trying to downplay it because realistically, there are things that make people snap, and they go to a place that they, like they're not even themselves. So, I don't know, man. But this was, it's a movie, it's a horror flick based on PTSD, and it's pretty fucked up concept, honestly, when you get down to it. And yeah, it was good. It was good. My favorite kill scene was definitely the girl getting impaled on the deer.
The deer.
Yeah, for sure.
So, any of the people that are with us right now, have they seen it? I know some did that were here with us earlier.
What, the movie? Seen the movie? Well, I will say, so fun fact number one, this film was originally going to be titled Sleigh Ride, not Silent Night, Deadly Night. But originally, the original production company is Sleigh Ride Productions Incorporation prior to its release. However, the film's distributors, TriStar Productions, insisted on the name change to the title, which we all know and love. Second fact, it was released on the same day as Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, I didn't stand a fucking chance in the box office.
There's that. Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Nightmare on Elm Street are two of 1984's most popular horror movies. What some fans might not realize, however, is that they were released on the exact same day. Even more surprising, it is something. I'm not reading that. That don't make no sense. I don't know what any of that shit means. Number 3, controversy caused the film to be pulled from theaters. So this was mentioned earlier. If you were around in the early 80s, which he was, you may remember the controversy surrounding the release of this movie. Television advertisements depicting the film's killer wearing a Santa Claus costume were reportedly making children deathly afraid of Saint Nick. Concerned about the movie ruining Christmas, angry parents took to picketing theatrical showings and campaigning. Sorry, I can't speak. Campaigning for the movie to be pulled. Ultimately, their efforts were successful, and Silent Night, Deadly Night was yanked from movie theaters. Number 4, editor Michael Spence directed the death scenes. So while Charles E. Sellier Jr. was credited as the director of Silent Night, Deadly Night, he didn't helm every scene. Most of the death and gore scenes made the filmmaker uncomfortable to shoot. Because of this, the film's editor, Michael Spence, came on board as an uncredited co-director, personally directing the movie's more graphic scenes. So there's that. Gene Siskel shamed crew members by name on television. Like many horror movies from the 80s, Silent Night, Deadly Night was met with negative criticisms from film critics Gene Siskel and Robert Ebert. Siskel particularly bashed the film, saying that filmmakers were profiting from blood money. Going a step further, Siskel even began listing members of the film's crew by name on his television program, telling them they have nothing to be proud of. You can watch this entire spiteful review on YouTube. So there's that. Number 6, Mickey Rooney bashed the film originally and then later starred in the sequel, the 5th one. So went public about talking about everything. Like he even wrote a letter to protest against the movie. And then turned around and starred in Silent Night, Deadly Night. Number 5, The Toymaker. Okay. Here's one for you. I figured you'd be excited about this one. Halloween 5's Michael Myers dressed as Santa in this film. When the police become aware of a maniac dressed as Santa going on a murderous rampage, they patrol the streets to look for him. Noticing someone in a Santa costume creeping into a window of a home, the officers barge inside and draw their weapons. They discover that this Santa isn't the killer, but the father of a father trying to surprise his daughter for Christmas. The man in the Santa Claus outfit, Don Shanks, would eventually go on to become a nomadic. Nomadical murderer. However, when he starred as Michael Myers, he starred as Michael Myers in Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers. So same actor. That's him. The guy that was sitting in the bed, that broke in the house. Well, he wasn't breaking in the house. He was trying to surprise this kid who was in bed. That toy store, the Ira's toy store that's in the movie where he works, is now a gym. That actual building is now a gym called the Mountain Gym. It's a CrossFit gym. Yeah. That's about it. Another one, there's an abandoned soundtrack that was finally released in 2014. They had a soundtrack for this film and completely abandoned it and then turned around and released it in 2014.
They should have really thought that through.
84, 94. So like 30 years later. Right?
Really should have thought that one through.
Yeah, 30 years later. Okay. So yeah, there you have it. Ta-da! That was a really quick review.
Wasn't that long of a movie.
Really wasn't.
There wasn't. I mean, his parents get killed.
Yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot.
Goes crazy. Comes Santa. Goes crazy. Kills. Dies.
Die, kill.
Die. Kill.
Kill, die.
Kill. Die.
So.
Busting.
There you have it, guys.
Kind of a short episode this week.
I mean, we could sit here and talk for a few.
Next time we'll pick a longer movie.
So, next time it's a classic. You guys want to know what our next movie is?
It's a good one. It's way better than Silent Night, Deadly Night.
So remember a couple weeks ago when I told him that he had to. Well, probably not. But anyways, a couple weeks ago, I told him he had to pick a new movie, and because his original pick wasn't going to be a great pick, and so he was sitting here live on TV, on Facebook. We're on TV. We're TV stars, babe. Fucking.
I'm not allowed on TV no more after my fucker in the pussy.
So he was picking movies that he was just shooting them randomly while we were live, and he mentioned the movie. He actually said the movie that I chose. This is his movie pick, and he chose my movie pick and said it out loud, and I was like, no, we're not doing that fucking movie. You're not doing that movie. I'm doing that movie. So anyways, next week's movie, I'm going to go ahead and announce it now, is the original first Gremlins. So we are doing the Gremlins for Christmas next week. So yay! I'm so fucking excited. I've wanted to do Gremlins since we started all of this. We didn't. What the fuck did we do? We only did one movie review last year. Last Christmas was our first Christmas, so we only did one movie review last year, and it was Krampus. We saved our movie review for Krampus. So. I think that was John Benet Ramsey's that we mostly did. And we apologize. She was Christmas. Why?
Because that movie was not that great.
I mean, the movie itself was alright. I didn't like how they did Krampus because that's not the proper storyline for Krampus. Well, okay. He didn't dress like Santa. Why was he dressed like Santa? That's what really irritated me so bad.
He wasn't scary enough.
He was pretty fucking scary, but I don't know. I like the Krampus storyline. I didn't think they did Krampus himself enough justice in the movie. But outside of that, like if it would have been named anything else and it wouldn't have been based on Krampus, it would have been a cool Halloween or Christmas horror movie. Anyways, not what I meant. So Gremlins. We're doing Gremlins next Tuesday. I'm excited for that. I hope you guys are excited for that. Like I said, merch giveaway. We are doing a Christmas giveaway to say Merry Christmas to all of you because we fucking love you. So make sure you're sharing the post, share the live feed, share the flyers. If I make a random post that's like, hey, make sure you watch this movie trailer, link in the comments or something stupid and it's pertaining to one of our episodes, share that shit. Everything that you guys share, I will keep an eye on all of it. And my regular sharers, you guys are all going to be added into a drawing and we're going to do a random drawing. I'm going to draw at least 2 people. 2 people, 3 people, maybe. I don't know. It just kind of depends. We'll see. And winners will be called on Christmas Day. So yeah, we want to give you guys some free stuff. So share these posts. Help us get the word out there. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Next week will be a lot better of a movie review. This one I didn't do so great on.
It's gonna be fucking Gremlins.
It's gonna be the fucking yeah. So I mean, I don't know how we can. Like I said, man, share the shit, which you always do. So just keep sharing these posts. Everybody who shares this stuff, like our
automatically registered for the Christmas giveaway.
Yeah. So I'll be making a list and checking it twice, guys.
And we accept naughty people on it.
just make sure you're sharing it. Like if you're sharing, I need to be able to see it publicly. So make sure you're sharing it as a public post. If we're not friends on Facebook and your posts are private, share this publicly. That way I can see it because I won't be able to see it otherwise. It'll just come up as a number and I can't see you. So I definitely want to make sure everybody gets in on it. So for sure, guys. Thanks again for, sticking around and watching the show and all your guys' support. We love you guys. Legit. We love them, don't we?
Most of them.
Most of them?
Mm-hmm.
You're a fucking asshole.
I'm sure some of them are assholes, so I can't love them.
I love you, and you're a fucking asshole.
Hey, it comes with the territory.
Okay, I'm just saying assholes need love too.
Hey.
I'm just saying assholes need loving too. Don't you agree? You need love? Psh. 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 Do you got anything else to say? Psh.
From Juggalo News, I'm a casual scream. This is Shape 138.
That's not what I meant. I didn't mean say goodbye. I said, do you have anything else to say?
I wasn't even going to say goodbye. I was just telling who the fuck I am.
Okay. My B-dog, Dick Warlock.
Dick Warlock.
Dick Warlock ass motherfucker. So yeah. Oh, P.S. I'm trying to find stuff for Christmas. So like for Florida. Like I know this is weird. This is gonna sound really weird, but this is what I've been doing a lot of lately. I mean, I keep searching for stuff like how do motherfuckers do any of y'all live in Florida or live in a warm state where it doesn't snow for Christmas? And if you do live in a warm state where it doesn't snow for Christmas, how do you decorate for Christmas? I'm not even trying to be funny. I live in the Midwest. I'm born and raised in Indiana, so I have always dealt with snow. And where I live, like everything, all the decor has snow on it. Like everything has snow, or fucking let it snow, or whatever stupid snow shit. And I'm trying to get away from snow. So again, I know it sounds really weird, but if any of y'all know where I could or how to decorate for warmer climate, hit me up. Hit a bitch up. I need ideas, dog. You don't understand. But that's all I got for you. So I just wanted to extend the show by 2 more minutes.
Nailed it.
So, anyways, I'll leave you.
Love every one of you guys.
We fucking love you.
You are the shit in our stockings.
The coal in our stockings?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Poop.
You are fucked up, dog.
Hey.
What is all this weird shit? You see all that now? That's new.
My phone wild, boy.
Your phone is wild, boy. Ah!
You really fucked up, didn't you?
No. Okay. Anyways, we out this piece. We
Really
love
a
ya.
bowl of Rice Krispies.
Yeah. Okay, bye. See y'all next week for the motherfucking Gremlins, dog.
Gremlins in
So
the
if
house.
you haven't seen the Gremlins, which
You're
it's kind of weird, but if you haven't seen the Gremlins, watch Gremlins because it's fucking dope as shit. I got all kinds of Gremlins toys and stuff. So maybe we'll show our toys next week.
no, maybe I will be showing you my Gremlins toys that my daughter's got me.
We love y'all. We're looking forward to next week. Yeah, so share our stuff.
Same
if you want free
time,
shit,
same bat channel.
if you want free merch, share